Good morning, everybody. It is 8:04 and I went to sleep very late last night because I was practicing the piano until like 2-ish a.m. and so I'm a little bit tired. First thing in the morning I'm checking on my propagations and they're looking great, filled with new growths and roots, and so that's what we want. And you know, for today I really want to try and take it slow. Because although I feel like in my videos it looks as though things are taken slow, in my brain I'm always thinking about what's next. What's the next thing I have to do? And I feel like I'm always there. I'm always in what is the next thing that I have to do, and I'm never actually appreciating whatever activity I am doing now. And so I have to show you the new leaf that is coming on my Monstera Thai constellation. I'm really happy about that. And for today, I'm going to try to not multitask, do one thing at a time, and think about what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Reduce my screen time, because I have this thing where over the past years, I've been reducing my screen time quite a lot. I used to have a big problem with TikTok, and then I had a big problem with Instagram. And now I have about 30 minutes per day of Instagram. Some days I have more than others, but the average would be like 30 minutes. And that is because I use Instagram in the dead times. So like when I go to the bathroom, when I'm waiting for my rice water to boil, you know, these kinds of times where I could either be doing something else, like reading a little bit of my book, or just doing nothing, just staring. Because, you know, not every piece of time has to be filled with something to do. And so today I'm going to be leaving the phone outside of these dead times, and I'm going to start by making some coffee in the mocha pot. So it takes a little bit more time and it forces me to be there, you know. Oh, okay, I forgot, but I have to show you something else. Look at my flowers. I have a white flower now and a purple pinkish one, and also this thing, but it doesn't look very healthy, to be honest. I'm so happy. These are the first flowers I ever planted. They are cosmos and I'm very proud of them. Okay, I gathered my supplies. We have Ritual coffee and mocha pot. I'm really excited about this. I found it for €1.50. Wait. Isn't it so cute? I really love coffee in the mocha pot, and you want to know why I never do it? It's because it takes too long and I get bored. And that seems to me like a very stupid reason not to do something. Anyway, I'm going to fill this with ice and milk and wait for the coffee to be done. Oh my, I like a lot of ice, but it didn't have to be that much. You know, this is actually quite funny because the first time that anybody really realized that I had anxiety and this same what's next problem was when I was around 6 years old in first grade, and my parents had to be called to school because apparently I kept asking the teachers what we were going to do next. And the teachers read this as an anxious child trying to control her environment, making sure that whatever came next was not something bad or sad, and rather it was something that was normal to be done at school and fun, you know. But the truth is, I'm 25, so it's been almost 20 years at least that there has been an awareness of me having this what's next problem, always trying to control and make sure that whatever comes next is not something bad. You know, it's going to take a while to retrain my brain because it's been a while of it working like this, but it's good to acknowledge it, and it's great to be able to go so far back and see the root, or at least the beginnings. And I'm hearing some bubbling. It's so insane that I was not having this coffee because I was afraid of getting bored because it took 5 minutes. And let's see. Oh, that is a nice shot. And there's even coffee for my dad when he wakes up. Okay, now I'm going to assemble my iced latte. And sorry about another thing about me, I have a lot of trouble eating in the morning because I feel like I usually, I don't know, I just don't have the will or the appetite. So today I have a single piece of bread with butter, which to me is better than nothing. And before I start with my work for the day, I'm going to be taking care of these basil plants. I've been trying to stimulate growth from them by cutting off any leaves that are not the top leaves of the stem. And so more leaves have been coming in, and I need to tackle them before the plant takes too much energy into them and starts drooping. And so that's what I'll do for a little bit. Taking care of my plants in the morning is probably one of my favorite activities because it's not related with any screens. And usually first thing in the morning, I try to start my job as soon as I can because I don't really have an hour to clock in or out. I just have to have specific pieces of content posted for the cafe that I'm working for. So they just require that we have X posts per week and X stories per day. And so they have to be prepared and ready to go up when it is time. But I used to always start as soon as I could because, I don't know, I just wanted to show that I'm really invested and really into it. But I don't think they care if I'm starting at 8 or at 9. I've been trying to take a little bit more time to do something a little bit calmer. They're looking better, stronger, and they are smelling really, really good as well. And now I'm going to turn on my computer and start working on the posts that I need to post for the cafe. Do things slowly and do things one at a time. Multitasking doesn't exist. Just be where I am instead of somewhere else. It's tougher than it seems. I forgot to say, I added some photos to this collage, so I want to show you. I added this Radiohead poster, Apothecary Diaries, a bunch of One Piece, and just these are names of subscribers from livestream. I livestream every Monday on Twitch and YouTube, so if you'd like to catch up, they're usually at about 5 p.m. Portugal time. So yeah, that's when a lot of fun things happen, like this collage. This one was done yesterday on stream. Basically, I do collages, I play piano and guitar, and we yap to each other, and it's really fun. Yesterday, I also decorated the page in which I'm going to write today in my journal. Let me know what you think of it. It has one of my favorite quotes of all time, which is by Camus, which is, "Whoever gives nothing has nothing. The greatest tragedy is not to be unloved, but not to love." And another quote that I really love, and I think these are my two favorites of all time, is, "We don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are." And I think both of these quotes just really motivate me to keep re-looking into how I'm interacting with the world. They just kind of keep me in check of my perspective and letting me know that I'm in control of at least how the world seems like to me. Let's get to work anyway, I'm yapping. I'm also currently choosing which grade 8 pieces I'd like to play for my grade 8 exams because I've been doing recordings for my grade 7 exam, and honestly, I don't want to get cocky, but I think I'm going to pass. My mom, she's a piano teacher, and she watched my recordings and she says I should just start studying for grade 8. And so I'm choosing my pieces, and I basically have a spreadsheet on Notion where I'm categorizing them either by yay, boring, or I don't know. And so I'm listening to all of the repertoire and seeing what I'll play. And I'm excited to share with you once I know, but I still don't. Alright, it has been a couple of hours and I finished my things that I had to do for the cafe social media wise. I changed, I'm wearing my MyCam merch and I put on some makeup and I'm going to go outside and I'm going to take a couple of things, which include my vacuum cleaner, because I want to vacuum my car. It's in a really bad state, so I'm going to see if this can do it or if I have to go to an actual vacuuming place. I'm going to take my book and my journal, put them in my bag. I'm going to take my variety pouch, which includes my smoking materials. I'm going to take my pencil case so that I can journal outside. And I'm also going to take my water because I need to drink a lot of water. I've been noticing that I don't hydrate nearly enough, especially for the kind of heat that we are going through now. So you're coming with me. I'm going to open my window a little bit more so that my plants get more light. Alright, I parked in the first place that I thought was spacious enough for me to vacuum, and my car is in a really dire state. Haven't been vacuuming it very much as of late, but now I acquired this new vacuum cleaner a couple of weeks ago and they said it was also great for car. So let's see if that's the case. Okay, this is actually really cool, it's doing a great job, but it also has this attachment and I don't know if it helps with rugs, so I'm going to try it on. Okay, the difference is actually insane. I need to show you. I'm so excited because now I don't need to pay for vacuuming anymore. I used to only pay like 50 cents because I went to a machine and I did it myself. But 50 cents saved, you know? Look at this. That is a big improvement. Oh my lord. I'm going to do the rest of the car and then I'm going to find a place to sit down, have a smoke, and maybe read and journal a little bit. We'll see. Well, that's what's coming after. This is what I'm trying to cure. I'm trying to cure my what's next brain, which is what I'm going to call it. So for now, I'm talking to you. And after I'm done with talking with you, I'm going to finish vacuuming. All right, let's do it. Wait, you need the before, so you know just how bad this is. Yep. Not great, you know. Yay! So much better. This passage here, this is A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. This is perfect for the day of today. This is in Portuguese, but I'll translate it. We don't need to rush. We don't need to shine. We don't need to be another other than ourselves. This is my first Virginia Woolf, and I'm loving how descriptive she is about places, states of mind, foods. I'm just at the beginning. I'm on page 15 literally, but it's already so immersive. The world is so easy to taste, you know? I'm really excited. I got this one at the book fair and it was the first one that I picked up after I finished The Hunger Games, which, by the way, the book was awesome and I really want to read the sequel and the other Hunger Games and the prequel and everything. I really enjoyed the world, how it was written in the book, because I watched the movies and I really enjoyed them when I was younger, but the book was just different. And Katniss had a different vibe to her, less scared and more, I don't know, just eager to do anything to win, I guess. But this is a whole different vibe and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But I think I'm going to actually have this smoke that I rolled a little bit ago. I read for a little bit longer and the lawnmower is now a lot more distant and the main sound are the cicadas, which are very, very present in summer. I have my portable ashtray, of course. And I was already quite excited about this book as is, because a lot of people say a lot of really good things about Virginia Woolf and A Room of One's Own and Orlando as well. But something happened yesterday that made me even more excited. So I was on the train coming back from Lisbon, and next to me sat a girl who looked to be about my age, and we just sat next to each other for a little bit, not really saying anything apart from the good afternoon that you say when somebody sits next to you on the train. But she started looking at my book without me noticing, and she must have recognized some words because she didn't speak Portuguese and I'm reading the book in Portuguese. And she jumped and said, "Oh my god, that's Virginia Woolf. I love Virginia Woolf. I love her essays. I love everything that she writes." And I got very excited because if there's one thing I love talking about, it's books. And I ended up getting to know that she is from Nashville. She was visiting Portugal for 5 days. And she asked me for some recommendations of places to go. She said she wanted to kind of run away from rushing and just take a little bit of a break in a calmer place. And so I suggested some places that I like. And we were talking about books. She also really enjoys Radiohead and Jeff Buckley and Elliott Smith like I do. And so we were just laughing and giggling and saying that we were basically the same person, and it was so fun talking with her. We didn't exchange contact, but it was one of those, moments that really make me want to go out, because you never know who you're going to meet and what conversations you're going to end up having. And it just feels really great to connect with somebody very quickly and realize that you have so many things in common and things that you like. It was really nice. I really loved talking with her. Her name was Grace, which was awesome because my favorite album and the only album by Jeff Buckley is called Grace. And so I thought that was really remarkable, truly. And so now I'm really excited to read this book because she showed such excitement, like it was the greatest thing she had ever read. And yeah, she said she did creative writing in college, which to me sounds very fun. And we were just talking about, she was saying that the culture in the United States is very rushing, so everybody is always rushing from one place to the next, and she felt that here in Portugal people were a lot slower. She was talking about how meals here are to be enjoyed from start to finish with a conversation and a glass of wine, and even lunch break during work is something that we take religiously to enjoy our meal. And it was just really interesting to see the contrast between here and there, and to see her be so mesmerized about what I have always thought was normal and average. It's really great to talk with people from other countries because you realize just how different things are, and they teach you to appreciate things that you thought were normal and are normal for you, but that you have lost the appreciation for because they are the standard, and so you don't realize how great you have it. And there are good things and bad things about every place in the world, of course, but it was just a nice conversation. It lasted for 20 minutes, which was the length of the train ride, and then I had to leave on my station, but it was really cool. Now I'm going to journal for a little bit and enjoy, because it feels really nice out here. There's a slight breeze, so it's not too warm, and we've been having a lot of warmth these days, as you do in summer. Alright, I'm back home now. It's really starting to get too warm to be outside, and so I'm having some bread and cherry tomatoes, which I will be enjoying before I start my practice session of piano. I'm really happy because at this point in time I am just polishing the pieces, so I'm just having to repeat some passages that I'm having the most trouble with, but otherwise things are sounding good. And maybe soon I can actually record the video that I will send to the examination, you know, office, and hopefully get my grade 7, and then I'll only have grade 8 to do and I'll be proficient. Well, the base level of proficiency, because there's a whole world beyond the grading system, and I'm excited. I've been working on this video that you're watching right now for a couple of hours, and I'm going to practice for an hour or so to take my eyes off of the screen. I'll show you a couple of clips. And then there's this piece, which is Strutting at the Waldorf, that I had a lot of trouble in the beginning. Oh my god, so much trouble. I thought I would never be able to play it, but I always think that with new pieces. Anyway, now it's my favorite one to play because it's the most fun. Hello, it's been about 2.5 hours and I poured myself another latte with the coffee that I made this morning. And I've been practicing the same passage for, well, I don't even know, all this time, kind of in a row. And when I practice like this, I usually wear my headphones for my piano so that my neighbors don't go insane, because they are very nice people. They are always approaching me and saying that my playing is amazing and that they can hear it throughout the building, and that just makes me feel insecure a little bit, because I didn't know it was so noticeable. And so now I'm way more mindful that when I'm practicing like this, I will wear headphones, because, you know, the repetition will make any good person flip. So, but before I show you the passage that I've been working on, which I'm quite proud about, I will tell you something that I've just decided to do. I removed my account from my phone, my Instagram account. It's the last social media I have. I started with deleting TikTok summer of 2024. Then I stopped using Twitter at the end of 2025. And Instagram, I've been using it, not a lot, but I still do use it. And I just don't find any particular purpose for having an Instagram for myself, because if it's for the sake of keeping memories, then I can just print my photos and put them on my journal or keep them on my phone. I don't know. I just don't really see a purpose, because I'm not teaching anybody anything. I'm not doing anything remarkable. I'm not passing on some great information that I feel like a lot of people should know about for their sake or something, you know? And I feel like some of the times it makes me not enjoy things. I'll be going down the street and I'll see some beautiful flowers, and I will look at them and I will think, oh my god, I should take a picture so I can show everybody on Instagram. Which is very cute sentiment, you know, but it takes away from my experience of looking at the flowers in the first place, you know. And so what is more important is that I experience the things instead of trying to show other people that I experienced the things, you know. I also made an argument for myself that sometimes I watched some reels that gave me some really great ideas, creative ones, but sometimes that might have happened like once or twice, you know, and I've been using Instagram for years, so it's not a very good ratio. And so I've been thinking I just don't see a purpose for having an Instagram. I'm going to show you the passage that I've been working on. Wish me luck, because now I know I'm about to record this and it's going to sound like not good. Well, no, let's have trust in myself, okay? Sip of coffee for good luck, and let's do it. How many hundreds of hours I spent on this passage, I don't know. And it's still not perfect, but it's much better than, you know, even a couple of months ago. So I'm so happy. I'm actually going to be doing something that I think is going to help me with my plants, because I have a lot now and I've been letting their watering needs. So I'm going to be writing in every pot when they need to be watered, like every 2 days, every day, every 4 days, once a week. Also, I took off my glasses because the glare. So I'm going to start. This is my first propagation. This is an ivy that I propagated in water for like a month, and when I put it in soil, it took a while to do anything, but now it has been growing a lot. I'll see if I can find a clip of how she was when she was a baby. But this one, it's like every 2 days. So I'm just going to write like this every 2 days. Excuse my poor handwriting. I'm just going to do that for each of them, honestly. I cannot stop talking about my flower. Oh my god. Cosmos are really fun to plant because I didn't know what colors flowers I would get. And it seems that there is a new baby one coming out here, which is a lilac kind of color. My basil is also like every 2 days. And then with my water propagations, I just switch out their water and clean the glass once per week, so the algae growth is contained. But this one is very, very beautiful and very big as well now. So I'll just do that for the rest of my plants, and then I'm going to keep working on editing this video. I'm doing some cleaning in my room, and now I'm actually doing something that's quite exciting. I'm taking a look at my emergency bag, which is a bag that I made in case there's an earthquake or a fire and we need to flee fast. And I'm just checking that whatever I have here is still good to eat. Also, I have my eczema glove because I'm touching a lot of dusty things and it's really starting to hurt my fingers. So first we have a pouch with some Kit Kats, and they seem to still be okay. I used to have some other products here, but they were close to expiring, and so I took them out to eat. Then I have 2 Powerades, which are of until October of 2025. I should probably switch these out. I have some of these in case I need to clean wounds. I have a lot of tuna, 2030. So this is okay. Then I have these vegetables thingies, some sausages, which are great until 2027, and another one of the vegetable thingies. So my canned items are still great. I probably need a couple of bottles of water here. I'm actually changing things around a little bit. I'm thinking of cleaning up this area and using these to hold the things. So this is the before. After, hair things, quick grab things like earrings and hair ties and stuff. Lip glosses, perfumes, oh yeah, my eczema creams, perfumes, and my daily makeup bag. And I think it just looks better overall. The colors at this time of the day are so beautiful, and so I decided to sit down by the window and have my second and last cigarette of the day. You know, it's really strange because I only stopped using Instagram a couple of hours ago, but I already feel a difference. When I made my toast when I was going to read, I put the bread in the toaster, and I would usually, you know, use those 3 minutes to look for inspiration on Instagram. But instead, I cleaned the sink, which looked a lot more daunting than it was. It took only the 3 minutes that it took for the bread to toast. It's not that I don't get my things done or my tasks done, which I do, but that felt like a much more natural way of passing the time rather than watching 10 videos that I will remember probably nothing of and kind of deleting that time from my life because, I don't know, I wasn't really here, was I? I was elsewhere in my brain. But when I instead decided to clean the sink, I made a visual difference in the real world. There is an impact that came from my action of cleaning the sink, you know. I somehow feel a lot more free. It's like it was what I always thought of doing when I didn't know what to do. And now I'm having to rethink those times and either fill them with nothing, just waiting, or looking around and seeing, okay, what could I do in this time to entertain myself? But I feel like great things are going to arise from my newfound way of living. Oh my gosh, it's not that deep. I just stopped using another app. And this is also very interesting. I have been thinking about this, how it is such a big thing now for people to try and stop using these applications. It's full on a problem that we created and now we are having to try and solve, which I think is just the way that things go. But you know, social media used to be really fun when I was younger. I remember we were making random edits of dog faces on ourselves and sparkly stars and posting them, and everybody was like, oh my god, where did you get this effect? And I still remember having to Bluetooth pictures from my friends to myself and the other way around. And the years passed and things just got so much more complex and complicated and less fun. I don't know, I feel like things feel a little bit more orchestrated than they used to be, which is not necessarily bad. I guess it just doesn't match with how I'm trying to live my life, you know? Anyway. Good morning. I'm preparing my mocha pot. Let me show you. Today I'm going to go to the cafe that I'm doing social media for, and I'm going to video and photograph a bunch of different things. And I don't know how much I will be able to put into the video, but I'll try to put a little bit if I can. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the day at my mom's house practicing in her piano, because I'm thinking that I want to take, oh my gosh, the glare. I'm going to talk to you like this because I'm thinking that I'm going to take my exams in her piano instead of mine, just because the sound is better. So I need to practice a little bit in that piano so that I get used to the feel of the keys. Ooh, can you hear the coffee? Let's see. And taste test. It's gonna be really warm. Is that a tea or Foreman? Oh, I'm so happy. because it's not 9 a.m. yet, I'm going to practice piano for a little bit, but with my headphones on. So there won't be much to show you apart from me pressing on the keys, but I practice for an hour and a half and it's almost time for me to have to leave for work, but I wanted to show you something. So a while ago I was telling you about how I was trying to propagate succulents, these guys, and how I was doing it wrong, but then I changed my methods and now look. Look at the baby! Just how cool. So basically you bury the leaf under dirt and the bulb will start to form with roots, and that's how you propagate succulents. This one even is creating a little sprout, so it's ready to plant one of these days. And I really wanted to show you this before I left. Today we have to repot one of my basils, but that's going to be done more so in the afternoon. And yeah, let's go to work. Let's do it. Also, look at all of the roots on my props. Look at this guy, fuzzy roots. Do you see that? And this is my baby philo leaf. It's rooting pretty well, and it's the daughter of her.
Tá bem bom, faz um chazinho. Porque assim posso tirar umas fotos do sumo com este background, estás a ver?
I am going to be taking photos of this juice. So let's do it. Trying to decorate the table. Hello there, my friends. I spent a couple of hours at the cafe. We were discussing what we were going to post throughout this week and taking a couple of shots of some items on the menu, and then we just chatted. I read for a little bit too, because after all, this cafe started as being a cafe that I just really enjoyed going to, and then eventually they were like, want to do social media for us? Then I went to a sort of gardening store to get some supplies for my plants that I will show you in a second, but I found this spot, which I thought was so beautiful and suitable for my first smoke of the day. I saw one of my neighbors. This is so funny. He is an older guy, probably his 70s, and he was riding a bicycle with some headphones on, the wired ones, and he looked so modern. It was so cute. I was driving, I just said, "Hi, good afternoon," and he just looked so modern. I don't know what other word to use. It was a very cute sighting. I won't be able to go to my mom's house to practice because after all she needs her piano today, which is totally fine. I can go some other time. I still have a lot of time until the deadline to send the recording is due. And so I'll just practice at home and also spend some time repotting my succulents because the little ones can already go into a little container of their own. These past couple of weeks have been very heartwarming. I think that the warm weather outside also helps. But you know,
I feel like I've been having so many cool encounters, some short, some a little bit longer, but everything just feels very, I don't know, it feels like everybody's a little bit more connected at this time of the year to each other. And I've really been loving doing this social media thing because it's totally different from what I usually do for the channel, and it just makes me have to be creative in ways that I hadn't tried before. Oh, the cicadas. I'm feeling a lot calmer somehow. As I said, I wasn't using Instagram as much anymore, but in some way it feels like I am free of something now, as if it was something negative, which maybe it was. Maybe the way that I was using it probably wasn't very good, and that's why I feel freer now. I don't know, I talked about this yesterday, but it's almost as if every time I saw something beautiful, I wanted to take a picture to post on a story or to eventually put on a post. I don't know why I felt that I wanted to do that so much, or I needed to do that maybe. When you do social media, I feel like it's kind of expected that you post on every single platform and try multiple different types of content. But the truth is that I never wanted to be on social media. I kind of just really like making videos, and I wanted to make videos. And the YouTube part is what I truly love, the long form, having a lot of time to express my thoughts in a rambly manner, not being too worried about everything being concise and fast and grabbing everybody's attention. Because I don't want to grab everybody's attention. I want to grab the attention of those who are willing to listen for a little bit longer, you know, because to me it feels more valuable. I don't know. I have a lot of different thoughts on social media, but I think that at least at this moment in my life, and for me, I rather just stick with the long form videos and kind of ignore everything else, which may be a dumb career move, but I don't care. There's little birds, there's a school in the distance, so you can hear some kids playing out there in the playground, and there's barely any cars, and it's really warm, but here in the shade it feels nice. Also, there's this beautiful bunch of trees right in front of me. These. Okay, things I got for my plants. I got a couple of small pots, a couple of bigger pots, and the respective plates. Then I got this set of trays for my succulent propagations and just small propagations. And then I got this tray to help me with repotting because I always make a mess, and with this it's going to be easier because I can just put the plant here and only mess up this spot, which is going to be easier to clean than my floor. So now I'm going to organize the footage from the cafe and work on that for a little bit. And in the afternoon I'll practice piano and probably work on my plants a little bit as well. Oh, I forgot. I also got succulent / cacti substract because my succulents are not potted in the correct dirt whatsoever, and so now they will be. I'm in the verge of tears. Oh my gosh, this is so dumb. I'm in my room, fully closed, window is closed, door is closed, and I have my setup here. And I'm trying to record an exam, which is not really the exam to send yet, but just a trial version. And I've been at it for like 2 hours, which I really shouldn't. I should try once and leave it, I know, because that's what they tell you to do, but damn, it is just not going well. This is going to be a long process of getting this exam recorded. It's so nerve-wracking because I've been practicing for this for months on end, and now in the middle of the pieces I'm forgetting parts that I never forgot before. Well, anyway, I need to pull myself together. This is no state to be in over this. Wish me luck! Okay, I have to stop. It's been half an hour, but life is good again. I made coffee. I took off my makeup because I was overstimulated. And now I'm going to edit for around an hour to 2 hours, and then maybe work on my plants for a little bit. The world is so easy to taste, you know? I'm really excited. Tell me why this video has currently 45 minutes and there's still more that I'm going to record. I got excited, but it's great to get excited about things, so let's not scold me for that. But I'm on minute 14 and I just looked at the counter and it says 45. I hope you enjoy longer videos. Alright, I'm going to work on these. Okay. Ooh, the roots are very crowded. Soil. Put the basil in the new pot. New home for this one. Now I'm going to water it to set the soil. And one is done. Now I'll do this one as well. Oh my gosh, look at this poor thing. How root bound. Oh, the dirt smells so good. Now it's time to set her in her new pot. They grow up so fast. These were all little seedlings just a couple of months ago. For these succulents, I really have no idea what I'm doing. So I separated the 12 pack into little ones because I don't have any space to fit a 12 pack, but I have space for singular ones. And now I also don't know how to separate the bulb from the leaf safely. I'm so proud. This one came out with a whole root system. They are so tiny, it's so tough not to break any of the leaves. Okay, it's been an hour. This is what we are working with. We now have this family with the little babies. And then this is the mother, and these are some of the offsprings. Then we have these with the mother and the propagations. I'm not sure she's going to survive. The roots were not looking very good, but we'll see. And then this, I don't have any propagations of it, but it's still cute. We've reached the end of another video, my friends. I wonder what you think of the length of it. But I was thinking that since I'm only uploading once a week these days, maybe the videos could be a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm experimenting with different things at this time. Me and my family of 55 are chilling by the window, enjoying the breeze because the temperature has cooled off a little bit, which is good. Because warm days just really make me feel a little bit sluggish, and I think everybody. So when the breeze comes at the end of the day, it feels very rewarding. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, my friends. It was a pleasure to record it and to edit it for you. And I will see you all next week, alright? And have a great rest of your days. Bye!